This tour started for Pakistan in Manchester, where they promised and perished in the first test. But in the final game of their tourney to England, they stood tall, they promised and delivered on it because of an amalgamation of experience and youth, winning their only game on this tour. This is how the third T20I between England and Pakistan played out. Babar Azam fails to get going. But Haider Ali and Hafeez go big for Pakistan. As Moeen Ali stands tall, Wahab Riaz drives Pakistan home. On a sunny evening in Manchester, England captain Eoin Morgan won the toss and elected to bowl first, making no changes to his playing 11 from the last two games. Pakistan captain Babar Azam said that he would have wanted to bowl first as well, making three changes. Iftikhar, Mohammad Rizwan and Mohammad Amir out, as in came debutant Haider Ali, wicketkeeper Sarfaraz Ahmed and left-arm veteran pacer Wahab Riaz. Pakistan's start with the bat though was shaky. Fakhar Zaman's failed to get going as he was knocked over by Moeen Ali in the second over of the innings. Babar Azam did seem like playing some of his shots, but he was gone soon too. The ball was skidding off the surface, Tom Curran knocking him over. Suddenly, in the middle was the most experienced Pakistan batsman Mohammad Hafeez and the least experienced, the debutant Haider Ali. 20 years separating the two of them, but the two of them were at their job. They stitched together a crucial partnership. Haider Ali didn't seem like he had any debut jitters because he hit the second ball that he faced for a huge six and made his intentions very clear. With that immense back lift of his, all his shots looked beautiful and he seems like a promising package for Pakistan. He brought about his maiden half century in his debut game. On the other side, Hafeez was going all guns blazing as well. The two stitched together a 100-run partnership for Pakistan. While Haider Ali looked good for going big, one Yorker from Jordan was all it took to dismiss him just after his 50. Pakistan were in a strife. They still needed a big score on the board and all of them were looking at Mohammad Hafeez again. And Hafeez did not disappoint. In his own inimitable style, he kept playing his shots, scored 86 not out, and by the time Pakistan's innings was done, he'd propelled them to yet another 190 score in Manchester. Just like Pakistan's start with the bat, England's start with the bat was torrid as well. Shaheen Afridi bowled a beauty at the base of Johnny Bairstow's off stump. It was knocked over. Bairstow was gone. David Malan tried playing a few shots and got out to Imad Wasim as well, hitting to the shorter part of the ground. Out in the middle were Tom Banton, who was hitting them really well inside the power play, and Eoin Morgan, who's been in the form of his life. Save only for a mix-up between Tom Banton and Eoin Morgan, and Morgan was run out. England in trouble. Their troubles were only going to get worse as Banton was also soon gone. Suddenly in the middle was Sam Billings and Moeen Ali. Moeen Ali, who's been given the long rope by England's selector, had only scored 58 runs in the last 5 T20Is that he'd played this year. Coming into this game, he was under immense pressure. But the two of them stitched together a crucial stand. They started repairing England's innings. And while Billings was gone, Moeen Ali pressed on the accelerator, scored his half century of just 25 balls and seemed like driving England home. England needed just 20 runs off the last 2 overs, which is when Wahab Riaz, the veteran pacer, came on to bowl. And what a penultimate over did he bowl. He not only ran out Chris Jordan but also dismissed the in smoking hot form Moeen Ali and kind of sealed the game there for Pakistan, giving just 3 runs off the 19th over. But things weren't over until they were in Manchester. England taking the game to the very last ball, Tom Curran hitting a 6 off the penultimate ball of the game, with England needing 12 of 2. They needed 6 of 1, but Haider kept his nerve and bowled a beautiful Yorker outside the off stump. Pakistan finally winning their first game of the series, the third T20I, by 5 runs. And that ends yet another cricket tour in COVID times. What a brilliant series it was. Started in Manchester, ends in Manchester. One trophy is with England, that of the Test series. The T20I trophy is shared between both the sides, and while the series may have ended with Pakistan only winning one game, they've got a lot of promise to take home from this tour of England.